But
Stay
some
home.
people don't have nobody at home, Anton. That's the thing. Not everybody met their person when they was young like you. So what advice would you give those
Yes,
people?
they have. Yes, they have.
I said
They
most
left them.
people. I said most
They left
people.
them. Oh, listen, most people know who they should have been with, and they
Okay.
still, a lot of them still got access to them, and they be thinking like you, Q. I'm not talking to my friends. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, don't do it.
I
Don't
just
do it.
have a question though, Anton. So you just feel like I'm trash now because of what I did in my past?
No, we thought you was
Like
trash.
I'm irredeemable and I'm trash, even though I've stopped and I'm waiting for marriage. That means nothing because what I've done in my past.
That's a
That's what
lot.
I want to see
Listen,
what your mindset is
I believe that
about
all
that.
I believe that all humans have value. Almost all humans have
Mm-hmm.
value, right? It's some people that I just don't care for. That's done some egregious things in society. So I think that all humans have value.
Mm-hmm.
I think that part of the reason why you've devalued yourself is because of your mindset and your mentality. I
Mm-hmm.
think the way that you think today is a toxic mentality and it's not conducive for a relationship. And so I think that if you change your mindset, you could possibly get better results. But you can wait all you want to. And it don't waiting don't necessarily translate into results. You got to change the way that you think. But you so headstrong and you so already got your mind made up of what you think that's not gonna be best for you. You're not getting no younger, baby. It's just the facts. You're not getting no younger. And so if you want results, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's not how life works. If you want something that you've never had before, you're gonna have to step outside of the mindset that you have and do something different that you've never done. And so, unfortunately, I think for a lot of people, the older that they get, the more set in their ways they become now. And so, if you want it, you're gonna have to make a dramatic change, and I mean dramatic. You're gonna have to really, really fight and do things differently and control the controllables and all of that stuff, right? You really need to change your mindset. It's a lot of women that think like that too. And so I don't think that you trash. I think that you've done some trash things, but I don't think that you've
Mm-hmm.
done anything to change the mind to change from what you've done before that's going to allow you to get different results.
Okay,
But how does one
So
just change their
I'll take
mindset?
that.
Baked in this stuff for so long. Not just her, Brittany, but a lot of people are stuck in this thing so long. How do they just shift their mindset like that?
Get around the people that's mindset that you want to have. You got to surround yourself about people you want to be like. You can't
I'll
just
do you
be
one
around
better.
people that's not doing.
I'll do you one better. Listen, man. Damn. I'm trying to be nicer nowadays. Y'all,
They're not
okay,
gonna listen
let me
to
put it
you.
like this. Y'all gotta ask yourself, what do men want? What is the men, if I'm looking to get married, what are they looking for? And then you have to execute on that as much as you possibly can. Like that's it. That's really what it all comes down to. You really gotta become the thing that men want. Whatever that is, that mentality, all of that. Like if look, the standards for men is different than it is the standards for women. Like even on a very basic level, let's say that you a guy that ain't really got no confidence, or you a guy that ain't that. We know that all you got to do, and it's very hard to become incredibly successful in a lot of ways for a lot of guys. But we know that success, it don't unlame a lane, but at the same time, it gives you options. Because that is the thing that women want the most, provision and protection. What do guys want? We want you to fucking lose weight. We want you to be fit. We want you to have the right attitude, not think like a feminist, have the right mindset, and don't project yourself and have been with every other guy to where you embarrass us when we go out in public. I mean, that's the basics. Like push, get that shit, get in the fucking gym, like become the thing that men want. Like, don't just think that a guy is just supposed to pick you just because you. Like, ain't nobody special. Nobody in this world is special. It's every day and every part of life is a competition. It's a competition, and so it's somebody out there that's competing for the same man that you think that you deserve, and he gonna pick her because she exhibit some of the behaviors or some of the things that you don't think that you got. Anything that you think you're deficient in, you can make it for in other places. Anything that you think you're deficient in, you can make up for. But you gonna have to compete. You gotta go. You gotta work. Everything that you think that you lost, you gotta over deliver. Right? When I was in school, when I was in college, and I'm trying to become a software engineer, I'm not gonna make no excuses. I know what I'm up against. I know what the competition is like, and so I gotta over deliver in order to make sure that there's no option as to who it is that they're gonna pick for this next position that I'm going to apply for. I'm gonna have to over deliver and over compete. And I don't make no excuses for it. I go get that shit. And it wasn't nobody that looked like me inside of my classrooms. You know what I'm saying? You taking all of these engineering classes or whatever, and everybody is always in African American studies. You the only one that's a software engineer. Cool. And that means that I got to over deliver. And so it's the same thing in every other aspect of life, including relationships. If you want something, you won't have to become the thing that men want. Otherwise, then just go and date women, or just be by yourself for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. It's like just what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Taking it in. But yeah, I was just trying to get your mindset, because that's kind of what you come off as, is like, oh, if you've been sexually active in the past, you're just a bad woman and it's no good in you. It's kind of the message that it feels like you be giving off.
No, I told you that you lied to me. Stop trying to
about
conflate.
in general, though.
Stop
Not just about
conflating.
me
I
specifically.
said that you lied to me.
It's the lie.
You lied to me. You tried to lie again tonight until we called you out on it again. And then you tried to modify it and say, "Oh no, I said at one time." No, that's not what you said.
I never said it was one time.
You did. That's literally what you said.
You did.
No,
say
because
at
last
one-
time you guys asked me how many was it, and I just said I'm not going to tell you how many it was. I never said it was one person at one time. I never said that.
See what I'm saying? You still lying.
I remember the live. I wasn't even on the panels at the time. I remember that live.
You still lying. And
I remember
I thought tonight I heard you say one time.
Right.
You're not gonna get nowhere
so
with
tonight
that.
you said at one time, and that's why I said when you say at one time, but what you
that's
mean,
what I said. At one time. I meant at one time,
You didn't say
period.
at one time.
Yeah,
She
no,
said-
you
Yeah,
can't
that's
say that. You
different.
can't say that. You got to say one time span, not one time period, because that's making it seem you only did with one person, but really you did it at a time span.
It was
a year.
a time span, yes.
Yeah, I think a miscommunication.
But Brittany, to piggyback on that, like, you're not irredeemable because of stuff that you did. Like, some people are getting married and have kids. Like, everything that we say is not the best case scenario. Some people are still getting married with it. The thing is, are you the same person that you were in that time frame? Like, short-sighted, as long as I get what I want right now, that's all that matters. Like, you might not be doing the actions you did, but it seems like your mentality is not far off from the person who did those actions. So you may still get the same results, even if you're not doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And everybody's really nice tonight.
I appreciate it.
It's spring break.
Y'all ate before y'all came on panel.
No, I made
to answer the question, are single mothers the F-boy factor? I say yeah.
Yeah, we
might come back next week.
That time made me cry.
I mean, again, if we're gonna generalize.
You had me crying, dog. You wow.
Let me,
I'm nicer than ever. Every single day I'm getting nicer. Every day I'm getting nicer.
On Wednesday nights, Anton is the devil.
We have to do real personal reflection about what's holding us back. Like, we have to look and do a personal inventory on where we're lacking. And if we don't really do that, then we're never
introspection.
Yeah.
Like Trigger, for example, what do you think is keeping you single? Like, if you had to name one thing.
I think that I actually get a lot of influx of potentials, and a lot of them fall off because of me being serious and, putting out there first that I'm saving myself for marriage. A lot of men have told me they feel like that's controlling, and it's really just my own personal religious views that I do that way. I also think, I think it's possible that I can get more play and maybe better options if I was thinner, but then I just don't, I want to be thinner to be healthier. That's like this logic.
Then what's
I want to
holding
do
you back
that,
from being
but I
thinner?
just don't feel like that's like an end all be all because there's so many beautiful skinny women who are still single as well. I really don't think that's just the answer to finding a mate.
Right. It might not be the answer, but we have to do the actions that increase our chances, right?
Yeah, so I agree with that. I agree it will increase my chances, but that doesn't solidify anything. And there's big women who get married every day too.
It's not about being big and unattractive. It's about what that insinuates is that you're not disciplined, that you can't stop eating, like you can't stop doing something. It has nothing to do with your look. Well, some of it does, but most of it is your undiscipline.
You don't have to
I am undisciplined and I could do better at being more organized and disciplined. Absolutely.
But also it also insinuates you don't care. It also insinuates you don't care as well.
Yeah.
But back to what she said though, I've seen big women get married. I've seen skinny women not get married. But I think it's not more of your weight, your looks. I think it's more of your mouth. Not like
I think look at the niggas they with too. Look at that shit.
I think at any given moment you have to take actions that increases your chances to be successful, right? So
most women are obese, black women. That's
why they the most single.
But that's also
are they single of their weight or are they single of their mindset?
But if
they're less likely to get married though, also.
Based on their weight or their mindset?
Both.
Okay, no, but which one more? These women of today, are they more single based on their weight and how they look or based on their mindset?
I'd say mindset.
Weight goes in mindset though. They're connected though.
Because a lot of these pretty women be fine, that ass, and their mindset be screwed.
No, a lot of women, they reject the men that want them. So it's not that they can't get married, is that they don't prefer the men that prefer them. That's a difference.
They want the men that don't want
them. It's a bigger difference.
Yeah. Plus, you got to remember, you attract who you are.
No.
In a lot of ways, you do attract who you are. Because if you're in spaces because that's who you are and the things that you like to do is around people that ain't no good for you, then you generally are going to attract those type of people around you. Because you're going to spend the majority of the time around people. Like I've seen some girls that are absolutely drop dead gorgeous, right? And then all they do is hang around hood people. The next thing you know, they smoking trees all day. They got tattoos on their faces. You know what I'm saying? And then they evolve, and over time, they look worn out. And you can tell that they was beautiful at one time, but they just look tired. They look wore out, tired, and you could tell that the hood or whatever it is that they've been around is wearing on them, right? And it just starts to look like a reflection of them.
Your environment can play a huge part into your appearance. It happened to me. Staying in an environment that's toxic, that's not good for your health, can deteriorate you after a while. Yeah. Once I upped and moved to Texas, it just seemed like my life did a 360. When you get from around the people that are hindering your growth, that are hindering your success, you'll be in a whole better position in life.
Like I could look at women that party a lot and they look like they party a lot.
Yeah.
They look like they party a lot. Like
you
they
like a lot of rodeos.
Don't be jealous.
And then I could tell girls that, are well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? That live a softer, sheltered life. Like you could just see it. You could see it on them. You could see it in their demeanor. You could see it in their personality. You could see it on their face. They just.
How you see it, Anton?
Huh?
How you see it when you don't know them?
What do you mean? I could see them. I could see the way that they walk, the way they carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? I could tell in the way that they communicate. They're usually nicer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're less likely to be abrasive when they walk into somebody. Even if a guy try to talk to them, they don't have a nasty attitude. They're just more. They have more of a motherly spirit to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they just not angry. The world ain't kicked their ass. They got a different spirit that just resonates in their everyday thing. It makes you want to treat them better.
Yeah, I agree.
And so it's just on them. It's all over them. It's in every way in which they move. It's how they carry themselves. They walk slower. They nicer. They say baby to everybody. Hey, baby. You know, they fucking act like old ladies sometimes, and they just got a different demeanor. You know, they able to carry themselves in a conversation with don't matter if you a younger person, they treat young people nice. They always wanted to be nice to them. They got a nurturing spirit. The world ain't kicked their ass, and it hasn't tainted their soul. And you can see it all over them. And that's why I'm saying you could tell the difference between a chick that's for the streets or a chick that's a wife or a chick that's just single and hasn't been chosen yet or a woman that's been picked over a bunch of times. You can see it all over them. You can't hide that shit. Can't hide it at all.